What is up, y'all? Ace Trainer X here, and we got more spoilers for Twilight Masquerade that I am going to rate. Plus, we finally got the official English spoiler for the Drakloak, which is the Stage 1 Evo of the Dragapult deck, which is highly anticipated and being played a lot in Japan. So let's go to the newsroom. Let's start out with a card that is honestly straight garbage. Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX. Fire colorless, Wrathful Hearth 20 times. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Fire, Dynamic Blaze 140 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an Evo Pokemon, this attack does 140 more damage and discard all energy from this Pokemon. In a world where Gouging Fire EX is straight up rising up to the top in Japan, or I really wanted to, this Ogerpon adds literally nothing to the mix. Neither of these attacks are very competitive in the current meta. There could be something to said about like adding a double turbo energy to it and then mixing it in with, you know, like a magma basin, getting it ready to go, but that is 40 damage. And pretty much everything is going to one-shot this dude at 210, and you could really convolute this combo further by adding any of the capes to this, but that is a ton of moving pieces. I rate this card a big ol' F, but let's say F+, because let's not lie, that art is pretty sick. Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX is actually a pretty good card, and I can see it absolutely fitting into a Chin Pao shell. Colorless, Sob, 20. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Okay, whatever. Water colorless, Torrential Pump, 100. You may shuffle 3 energy attached to this Pokemon into your deck. If you do, this attack also does 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Torrential Pump is a very playable attack, and doing 120 to the bench and 100 to the active can be pretty powerful as a one-off support attacker to hit something on the bench, especially if you can just shivery chill the energy right back in for the most part. Something that they're actually doing in Japan is they're actually comboing it with the Lugia EX shell because of Archeops, because of Primal Turbo. This is just a cheap and easy way for Lugia EX to smack something on the bench. We love free prize cards. Overall, I rate this card a B+. I really like it. It fits nicely into some other decks, but it ain't spawning no archetypes. Okay, so let's do some real talk about Drakloak. Recon Directive. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, put the other at the bottom of your deck. Bro, what is this? Is this like Curly on steroids? It's freaking crazy, man. You just get freaking cards, and I freaking love having cards. It is no wonder that Dragapult is doing so well in Japan, because you've got this built-in draw engine and the attacker combo going on. Not only that, when your first Dragapult dies, you should already probably have 2 or more Draklooks on the bench just ready to freaking go, man. This makes that deck in Japan a very consistent engine. It isn't surprising why this card is not only just spawning a whole archetype, it's actually being fit into several different shells in Japan, and it is so super versatile, and I cannot wait to see it in action in the West. This is an A+ card for sure. The entire Evo chain is awesome. It's amazing, and the art is freaking stellar, man. It's awesome. This card is straight up jankbait. Magcargo. Fire, colorless, Hot Magma, 70. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Yay. Fire, colorless, Ground Burn, 140 plus. Discard the top card of each player's deck. This attack does 140 more damage for each energy card discarded in this way. Okay, so Ground Burn actually has the potential to be good, right? However, Pokemon decks at the competitive level have to be insanely consistent, and there's no consistency with Ground Burn. You could use something like Cypher Maniac to fairly consistently get this card up to 280. I don't really know of any cards that actually put cards on top of your opponent's deck. I guess I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I am sure, absolutely sure, someone on PTCG Live is going to make some awful, inconsistent, jank-ass deck that I'm going to lose to. Because somehow this guy is going to magically hit 420, and it's going to magically hit 420 every freaking time. I rate this card a C, mostly because I really want to see someone make it work. Please, someone make this card work. Secret Box. This card is being played to set decks up if you absolutely suck at drawing cards. It's a skill issue. You can use this card only if you discard 3 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for an item card, a Pokemon tool card, a supporter card, and a stadium card. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It is mostly being played in Japan in like Ancient Box variants and the new Miraidon EX that's happening in Japan, and just the Miraidon EX resurgence in general. Actually, you know what? I do like this card. You can pitch 3 and grab 4 in return, plus items are easy to fetch to begin with in the current format. This is actually, you know, I like it. I'm really excited to see how this stacks up in the West with our other A-spec cards. My intuition tells me that it is definitely going to get significantly outclassed by Prime Catcher, which it probably already is, and something like Unfair Stamp, which we don't have yet, but Unfair Stamp is just the better card. I rate this card a B+, because it's very playable, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just a really big fan of the bright ass pink cards. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out as a YouTuber. I can't wait for everyone to tell me how much fun they had at the Twilight Masquerade pre-release and to see some sweet and sick pools. I'll see you next time, and as always, y'all take care.